Hey, welcome back to Dogwood Hill Homestead. A front bucket is the best implement and it's the first implement I would look for when buying a tractor. If I had to do over again, I would not buy a tractor without a bucket. That being said, you're going to have to pay a little more for a tractor to get a bucket. This tractor cost around $2,000 used to buy. It came with two implements. It came with a bush hog and a tiller. But if I had to do it over again, I would save a little more money and I would get a tractor with a bucket. But I do have an alternative. It's not as good as a bucket, but it does do a lot of work on the farm, but we'll talk about that. I'm going to show you the four implements that we have to do it in ascending order, starting from the least useful to the most useful. This is the first implement that we bought after buying our tractor. This is a eBay Chinese made. This is a 3-point pallet fork attachment. This is made to hook up to any tractor with a 3-point hitch, and it allows us to move around heavy things. We can put a pallet on here. This is an option if you don't have a front bucket. I bought this thinking this would really come in handy. I've only used this a handful of times, and if you don't have a bucket, it's pretty much one of the only alternatives you could do. It's probably the implement that we've used the least. This is our 4-foot Land Pride box blade. Probably the nicest piece of equipment that we own. This one has a blade in the back, a scraping blade, and it has scarifiers in the front here that are adjustable. And you could use this. We use this to grade our driveway. I would highly recommend a box blade. There's so much you can do. And check out some videos on box blades. This is our 4-foot Better Agro tiller. When we bought our tractor, it came with an older Yanmar tiller. We ended up buying this tiller because that other tiller was in such bad condition. So we bought this tiller, sold the other tiller to kind of offset some of the cost of that, because there are a lot of people that are looking for the old Yanmar equipment. So it helped out a lot in buying this great piece of equipment. Now, I say this, we probably used the box blade more than this, but if I had my druthers, I would buy this before I bought a box blade, especially if you plan on having a big garden. This thing makes garden work a breeze. This old workhorse here is our 4-foot bush hog. It came with our Yanmar tractor. I don't know what brand it is. As you see, it's probably older than I am, but it still works great. After making sure you get a front bucket, this would be the next implement I would plan on getting. Bush hog can be used to do so many different things. We use it, it's the most used implement that we have here on Homestead. I will say this though, if you're gonna have, especially if you purchase a tractor that has a dependent PTO, in other words, a PTO that is not independent of the motor of the actual tractor, the transmission, then I'd recommend that you get an overrunning clutch, and that's what I've got right here. Kind of explain this, and there's lots of videos that explain this on the internet, but with our tractor, when you're mowing with the bush hog, and you pull in the clutch, when you pull in the clutch, it also kills not only the power to the wheels, but it disconnects that from the PTO. So the blade will stop spinning, but it will not just stop, it will continue to wind down as it goes. But the problem comes in when you're, say, if you're working on a fence row, or you're backing into a bank and you're trying to clear the edge of the bank. When you pull in the clutch, these blades are still spinning, and the power, the momentum of those blades spinning will push the tractor forward or backwards, whichever way. You know, if you've got it in reverse, it'll push it backwards, or if you've got it in forward gear, it'll push you forward. So if you're on the edge of a bank and you're pushing back, man, this could really be dangerous. You can go over the edge, and I did when I first got it. I used it without an overrunning clutch, and it will scare you to death. So I went out and I spent about $80, I think it was $89 on an overrunning clutch. What this is, it's basically a slip clutch that allows this to turn. This connects to the tractor. This connects to the tractor. This connects to the shaft on the bush hog. And what happens is when you pull in the clutch, this will allow the blade on that drive shaft because there's a blade here that comes up to the gearbox and out the drive shaft. That will allow that blade to continue to spin down and slow down, but it will not push you forward. So highly recommend, if you've got an older tractor and if you get a bush hog, to get one of these. It might just save your life. Best $100 you can spend. Those newer tractors that have the independent PTOs, that's better. If you can find a tractor that's got an independent PTO, that's great. You're gonna spend a little more, pay a little more for that. But if you don't, make sure you get one of these. Guys, I hope you like this video. Thank you guys for watching.